Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making pudding pops. These are a nostalgic frozen treat, just 2 simple ingredients. My kids loved them. I know your kids and your grandkids will love them. They're going to bring back all kinds of memories and maybe make some new memories. They used to sell these, but when my kids were growing up, things were tight, so I always made them. Now, if you have old popsicle molds, drag them out. If they don't have a top on them, you can use saran wrap or aluminum foil on the top and just poke your sticks through that. They'll work just fine. But if you need some popsicle molds, we're going to try out these new easy release silicone popsicle molds. They have a lid on them and they come with all this stuff, sticks and everything to get you started. But they hold your sticks really well. I do like that. You just poke the sticks through them. These things are freezer safe, dishwasher safe. You could even use them in the oven up to like 400 degrees. So you could bake cakes in them if you wanted to use them for some kind of a fancy little cupcake mold or something. They're BPA free, you know, dishwasher safe, all that good stuff. So anyway, if you need popsicle molds, you can check these out. But all we need to make these is, of course, some kind of popsicle mold. But like I said, your old ones will work. Dig out Grandma's old Tupperware ones if she still got them, because, you know, Grandma hung on to that Tupperware. The old Tupperware ones are great, and I used to have a few of those that I mixed with the free ones that came in with Jell-O when my kids were little, because I had 4 kids. I had to have lots of popsicles. But anyway, you need a small box of pudding. Any brand will work. Some brands have fewer calories and less sugar in them, so if you're on a diet, kind of keep that in mind. You can use the sugar-free too. Sugar-free Jell-O will work, sugar-free pudding will work in this. And I'm using 1.5 cups of milk. Now that's the directions for making a pie filling out of instant pudding. And like I said, this is just a small box of instant pudding, any brand. You can use up to 2 cups of milk. I used 2 cups of milk when my kids were little because I had to stretch it as far as I possibly could. The main reason why I'm doing the pie filling recipe, it makes them a little bit thicker, but if I use 1.5 cups of milk, it makes 6 perfect popsicles in these new molds that I got. So I'm using 1.5 cups of milk. Now you can use any milk. The more fat in your milk, the creamier your popsicle will be. You can go all the way from skim milk up to whipping cream or heavy cream. Lots of folks like the half and half. I made some with half and half. Alex said she wasn't crazy about them because that's not the way she remembered them when she was a kid. Charlotte, though, absolutely loved them because they were super rich and super creamy. Something else, if you're dieting, the more fat in the milk, the more calories are going to be in your pudding pop. And especially if you're cooking for somebody who has dietary restrictions like diabetics, you're going to want to do the sugar-free and do the skim milk. And they're not quite as creamy, but they're still really good. So I have some chocolate and vanilla in the freezer already that we're going to take out here in a minute. And my little mommy-to-be requested lemon, so we're going to do some lemon. And I also had a request for some cheesecake. And you can get this, like I said, in all kind of flavors. I've got coconut cream, I've got butterscotch, banana cream. I even found some pumpkin spice if you wanted to do them for in the fall. Any flavor, any brand, they'll all work. The sugar-free works, and any milk will work. Let me see. I'll do the lemon first. I'm going to use my handy-dandy little Hamilton Beach hand mixer. And like I said, this is my favorite kitchen gadget. It has a whisk attachment and a hand blender, and I use it more than any other thing I have in my kitchen, I think, besides my stove. And I saw this on a video, so we're going to try it. You make a shield out of a paper plate so it don't splatter what you're mixing all over. And you can use this with any hand mixer, the one that has 2 beaters too. That's what I saw it with, and I have never tried it, so we're going to try it. But all you do is get your cold milk, and like I said, you can use up to 2 cups. I'm doing 1.5 cups because that's what fits in 6 of my molds, and I want to do 2 flavors. You could also mix 2 flavors, like you could do chocolate or vanilla halfway up and then do the other flavor, or you could mix the lemon and the cheesecake. That would be really good. Do half lemon and half cheesecake. but you know, do half cheesecake and half pumpkin spice or any other flavor, depending on what you're doing it for. But we just add our pudding to our milk. Now, on the box it says to mix this for 2 minutes. Don't mix it for 2 minutes, because if you mix it for 2 minutes, it's going to get thick and you're not going to be able to pour it in your molds, and we want to be able to pour it in the molds. So just mix it. Well, it stopped the splatter, but it didn't stop the fact that my bowl wasn't big enough, or my measuring cup wasn't big enough. I have a bigger measuring cup, but it's not pretty, so I didn't use it. You probably want to do this in like a 4-cup measuring cup. And I did it in a measuring cup because that makes it easy to pour in. But you want a 4-cup, not a 2-cup. And I only mixed it for maybe 35-40 seconds, not 2 minutes. If you mix it too long, it will get thick and you won't be able to pour it. Also, you don't want to let it sit. You want to go ahead and get it poured in your mold, or you won't be able to pour it, and then you won't have pudding down in the bottom. But you just pour your pudding into your molds. Leave a little room at the top because you don't want it to spill out at the top and connect them all together. That's going to make them harder to get out. If I had not spilled this, that 1.5 cups of milk would have perfectly filled up 6 of these. Now we're going to mix up our other flavor and finish filling our mold. Okay, so I think the paper plate splatter guard was pretty much a success. I mean, you can see it caught all the splatters. It didn't catch where my measuring cup was too small, but it did catch all the splatters. So that trick works. If you've seen it, it does work. And it would have worked much better on a bigger bowl. All right, since I spilled a little, we're going to make one of these a half and half, or I'm going to go ahead and finish filling that one there with cheesecake. And we won't have to worry about scraping our cup. And I'm getting some drips of cheesecake in the other ones. If you let this sit at all, it will thicken up. It takes it about 3 or 4 minutes to get thick. So when you mix it up, make sure that you are ready to fill your molds up. Don't let it sit, because it'll get stiff in a hurry. All right. That's good enough. I'll just be one short. Now, once you get them all filled up, you just put the lid of these on. And if you had some of the other ones, you'd just stick your sticks down in them. And like I said, any of your old Jello molds will work, or your old, not your old Jello molds, any of your old popsicle molds will work. And you can, if you don't have the sticks that went with them, like most of them had little plastic sticks that had handles on them. My kids had some that had Eskimos on them, and they were different colors. If you've lost those, but you still got the mold, just cover them with saran wrap, or aluminum foil works a little bit better, and poke your sticks through that, and that'll hold your sticks. These things come with a brush to clean them, and some sticks and little bags to get you started. So when you're done, if you're not going to be using them all for like a sleepover or something for your kids, you've got little bags that you can put them in and keep them in your freezer. I used to use fold-in lock sandwich bags or saran wrap, depending on whichever one was cheaper. But you could always get those off-brand fold-in lock sandwich bags pretty cheap when my kids were little. And you're going to want to freeze these for at least 4 hours. It kind of depends on your freezer, but I think it takes at least 4 hours to freeze them solid, because you do want to freeze them solid. Do not spray these molds with anything like Pam or anything like that, because anything you put in the molds, that taste is going to be on the outside of your pudding pop, and Pam is not going to taste good on the outside of your pudding pop. So you don't need to coat them with anything. How we're going to get them out is we're just going to run some hot water on the outside, which will thaw the outside of it out. If you ever use the old ice trays, you know how to do that anyway. You remember the twist, you can't twist them and get them out. You just run a little hot water over the outside, and that thaws the outside of your pudding pop out, and then they'll slide out. And you can do all kinds of popsicles in these real fruit pops. And I used to make juice pops or popsicles out of juice for my kids all the time. And you don't need to add anything to it. You just pour the juice in your popsicle molds and freeze them, and it's wonderful. One ingredient frozen treat. But we're going to put these in the freezer overnight for at least 4 hours. Okay, these are the vanilla and chocolate ones that I did last night. And I'm going to have to run some water over them before I even show you. But I have a dozen of them. The 1.5 cups filled them up perfect. What you do is you just take it over the sink, turn your hot water on, and tip it so that you don't get water down inside of it, and run water this way, and then tip it this way and run water this way. If you do get a little water on the inside, it's not going to hurt anything, but you really don't want the water inside. You want to keep it on the outside of your mold. Okay, as you're running the hot water over them, if you kind of push on the bottom of them just a little bit while the water's running, you can feel them release. And that's how you get them out. Just run the hot water until you feel them sliding and releasing. But peel your top off. It's easy release, you see. All right. The top didn't say easy release, but you can see they all come out perfect there. And they look just like the ones you buy. And this is kind of one of the smaller molds. They have some that are much bigger. I think these are a good size. And if you are dieting, the ones with whole milk and sugar have between 80 and like 110 calories in them. Now, of course, if you go skim milk, you can go down quite a few calories. And I didn't have skim milk to check it. It's 1.5 cups of milk, and then you divide it by 6 because you're making 6 popsicles out of that 1.5 cups. But the pudding the same way. The pudding is 4 servings, so you have to get the calories per box and then divide it by 6 because you're making 6 popsicles. And if you do the 2 cups of milk and you make them bigger, if you have the bigger molds, of course you would have to refigure that. But this size with the whole milk, depending on the brand of pudding that you use and the flavor, like the Jell-O brand, the cheesecake one has fewer calories. So it would only have like 80 calories a popsicle. But it is pretty easy to get them out of these because you can push the end in. And I think it's probably easier than the old ones. And you definitely, like I said, definitely do not want to spray these because that flavor will get in your popsicle. Just leave them like they are, and they'll taste really good because these don't have any kind of funky coating or anything in them. There's nothing going to get on your popsicle. It's just going to taste like the pudding. I really do like these, but you can use whatever you got. Just don't let them sit. Once you mixed them, instantly get them poured in your mold or you're going to have trouble. I made some and I was making them with Charlotte and it took me too long to get them put in the molds. And I had the bigger molds too and I couldn't get the pudding all the way down in the bottom. So you don't want that. You want them to look good. And these will be really good for your back to school parties and stuff because you can make a bunch of them up and, take them out of your molds and you don't have to have a million molds and freeze them and have them ready to take to all those back to school get-togethers or just have something cool for the kids on the weekend. We still got a lot of hot weather this year. And guess what? Even when it's winter, summer's going to come again. But these are something they're so easy. And with prices being so high, if you use whole milk, you can make a dozen of them and get either the off-brand or get it when it's on sale. You can make a dozen of them for under $3, and you cannot get a dozen. I mean, it's got real milk in it, so you are giving them something good. And you're talking about a dozen frozen treats for $3. That's pretty good, 4 for $1. You can't get anything that cheap, and they're easy. And the kids like to make them. Let the kids make them. I hope your family enjoys these as much as my kids did, and I hope you try them in all the different flavors. Let your kids all pick out their own flavor or make them with your grandkids. But before we leave, I want to leave you with Romans 15:1. I really like this verse. It says, "We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not please ourselves." The world tells us self. It's all about us. And social media definitely is self, all about us, selfies, you know. But that's not what God's Word says. God's Word says, be selfless. If you're strong, take care of somebody who's weak. If you have enough, give to someone who doesn't. It's about loving others. It's about giving to others. And it's about serving others the way that Jesus did. And the Bible just could not be more opposite from the world. And if you want to be truly happy, love others, not yourself. And all that love that we're seeking, when we love other people, we will find that we are loved in return. I want to thank you so much for joining us again in the Hillbilly Kitchen. If you haven't already, please don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave. Share our videos with your friends. And until next time, remember to put God first.